Hey guys, welcome to my second episode, which is technically my first episode with the subject because on my last episode, which actually went pretty well going for my first episode, I think it went good with the editing, the programming, and getting it out on platforms. There's a lot I could work on. I might end up switching a lot of platforms and adding to a lot of platforms. But once again, for the first time, I think it went pretty well. I mean, it didn't go terrible. So obviously it went pretty well. But this is the first episode with the subject. Like I explained, I'm gonna have a subject, and that subject is just gonna get me going on from there. And I also said that I was going to set up for it to be 45 minutes. I changed my mind. I started overthinking the 45 minutes and getting my own head. So now I decided I'm gonna just talk till I stop talking. So whether it's 30 minutes, 35, 37, 45, or even longer, I'm gonna go from there. So welcome to my. Oh, and this was supposed to be posted on Friday, but it's Saturday night now. And it didn't get posted on Friday because one, I had vacation, two, my mic broke, three, the program booked. But now I got a new mic, I got a new program, so hopefully I'm gonna get this posted by Monday. And I'm gonna just let Mondays be the days I post because I think now I like the Mondays posting. I think Monday's a good day to post a podcast, the start of the week. So let's roll into my second episode. Rolling into my second episode, I was in San Diego. It was my first trip without my parents or without my mom and my brothers. I went with my friend and her nana, and it was so much fun. Anything to get out of the heat. Although, so one day we went swimming at Oceanside because it was like kind of too cold for me to handle. But like everything else, like it was nice weather, but the water was too cold for me to handle any other day. So we went to Mission to walk around. And this is so sad. It makes me so sad, but kind of like it's kind of I just so at Mission, a student has just graduated high school with his brother and friends, and they went to Mission to celebrate. But the waves on Mission Beach were like really strong and going crazy, and he went a bit too far on the water. And when a wave came, he never resurfaced. So like a helicopter came, all the cops came, all of the firefighters came. But the thing that kind of threw me off is the news was even there. Everyone knew that someone didn't resurface from the wave, and they were still swimming. They were just hanging out there, and it just felt so wrong to me because it was like someone just like didn't resurface. A family's grieving, and everyone's like. But I also listened to a podcast that said one thing happens in our own lives, but the world still goes on. I think it was more with my husband. They were saying how, like, for example, 9/11, that was like the biggest thing, but there was still like kids getting kidnapped, people getting robbed, and like everything still goes on. And I know that, but it was just like, how are you swimming while a kid just drowns? Otherwise, it was the weather was nice. I will admit. And another thing, I do need to get my wisdom teeth removed, but I'm also allergic to pineapple. And by allergic, I mean I'm not diagnosed with an allergy to pineapple, but whenever I eat it, and asthma, but that's a different story. Whenever I eat pineapple, I get cuts in my mouth and my throat gets really irritated, so I just do this. That's what I do whenever I eat pineapple. Plus, with like I get like mini cuts in my mouth, and the roof of my mouth gets really messed up, as if I'm like having a rough lollipop. So I had a Dole Whip, and I thought Dole Whip was just another name for like an ice cream, like a brand. And it is a brand, but it's a pineapple brand. So I had pineapple ice cream, and I was like, that was me after I ate it. But oh yeah, and my asthma, I had asthma in second grade. Well, I got diagnosed with asthma in second grade, and then I sort of just told people I grew it because maybe I'm just out of shape actually. I think I'm just like out of shape and it's hot. There's no way my asthma just came back. Yeah, I'm just out of shape. I haven't hit the gym for a while. Did I ever say what my episode was about? I don't think I did. Okay, So rolling into my second episode, sorry, my asthma's kicking in. How rude. Rolling into my second episode, I was going through a bunch of my DMs while I was on my trip, seeing what you guys wanted, hearing about the feedback, getting ideas of what I should talk about as my first subject. And quite a handful of people were like, tell us about your first times. Let's hear about your first times. Give us a story. So I was like, you know what? Since it's my first subject, I might as well do it as my first times. So, the subject for today is my first times. Just to clear the air, if you go on like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, or like any platform and you look up first times, you'll see that it was a trend. It's really big with Q&As. On TikTok, it was a trend like it's an emoji representing like smoking weed for the first time, and then you age with any sound. But all of the first times involve sexual activities, and just because I know who listens to this podcast, I'm not going to talk about the sexual first times because I don't want to walk into the living room where my family is and be like, oh, yeah, they know. They heard my story of my first time. Or even like people at my work listen to this. So I'm not trying to like go to work and be like, they know about my sexual first times too. So I created a big list with only like one idea so far of other first times I can tell you that are not sexual and long enough to keep the podcast going. So let's just start with the first time. And I'm gonna try to go in order, but I really doubt I am. So let's give this a shot. For this first story, keep in mind I was in second grade. So how was I in second grade? I got held back. So I was like what, 10? 7, 8. I was like, yeah, 9, 10, 9. 9. Yeah, I was 9 years old because I got held back a year. So I was like really old. I was like 15 in 5th grade. So 9 years old in second grade, I had this friend who was my best friend, and I'm gonna call him Big Ed because I remember during second grade, I was obsessed with this comic book, or not book, this book series for children called Big Ed, and he reminds me of it. So I'm gonna just call him Big Ed. Him and I were we were best friends. We were always hanging out. Teachers and other of our friends would be like, "Oh, you guys like each other? Oh, you guys dating? Are you guys gonna?" I thought we were gonna end up dating, but whenever someone was like, "Do you like Big Ed?" Oh, Big Ed, do you like Trinity? We were always like, "Ew, no! Why would you even think that? Why would you say that?" Like, and he would be like, "No, she's just like a sister to me. I don't like him." We don't like each other, and I knew deep down, I was like, ooh, don't call me your sister. I'm obsessed with you. I have the biggest crush on you. And I thought we were gonna end up together and be like high school sweethearts. And I was like really off because now he's gay and he looks great and he moved schools and I'm happy for him. But, oh yeah, my story. We were really good friends, like best friends, always hanging out. And I got over him in 5th grade, keep in mind. But that has nothing to do with the story. I just want to let everyone know I'm not still hooked. I'm not obsessed with him anymore. But second grade, at his birthday party, we were doing laser tag. And I think it was because everyone just like, we were so close. It's like you have to kiss or you have to date. We didn't. He was my first kiss, but I wouldn't even say kiss. Like it was barely a peck. It's like we just got really close together and breathe on each other. And well, yeah, so at laser tag we did, and as soon as we were done, I guess you could say kissing, pecking, or breathing on each other, we ran off and then we denied it. But the funny thing is, it's not funny. I'm like so stupid. I was also in second grade, so I had to give myself that. I went home that same night, and I still slept with my mom because I was scared of the dark and monsters and all of that. And I was like that till 12, but that's a different story too, once again, for a different podcast. And I went home, went to the bathroom, and I looked in the mirror, and I was like, oh my God, Big Ed left the hickey. My mom's gonna know. And I wasn't planning on telling my mom or anyone. Like, we were just gonna deny it. And I was like, he left a hickey. What? I have to tell my mom, because then she's gonna find out. And if she finds out I didn't tell her, I'm gonna get in so much trouble. I tell my mom about the kiss. I get grounded for 2 weeks. but he didn't leave a hickey. He, what I so-called hickey that he left, the hickey I thought he left, wasn't even a mark. It was the shadow of my under lip. And I got grounded for 2 weeks. But my kid, actually, now I think about it, why did they even ground me? Because I told my mom told my dad, and then I got grounded for my Kindle Fire for 2 weeks. And at least I told them. Like, at least I told my mom. I could have kept it a secret. But I definitely wouldn't have told my mom if I didn't think the shadow of my under lip was a hickey. I can't believe that. I was so clueless. I thought so many things. And I got grounded for that because of a shadow under my lip. And till this day, I could have just denied it. But you know what? It's fine. At least. And Big and I were still friends after that. But he just didn't like me. So I got over it though. I'm over it now. It's fine. It's whatever. Oh my god. I said I was going to go in order of these first times and I already messed up. Because second grade was way after my first song I've heard after my surgery or after I was like those. So I after my surgery where I can hear again, I obviously listen to people and things, but the first song I heard and remember clearly that was like actually something I could sing and it was in my head. It was Bottoms Up by Trey. Like the one that goes, got a couple bottles, but a couple ain't enough. Bottoms up, eh. And then Nicki Minaj comes in like, so can I get a like rapping and it's like really good. It was that song and I kept singing it, and it was that song because I was with my older brother John, my two cousins Zach and Sierra at the time. We were, I don't know whose house we were at, but I wasn't at my house, and they had flip phones. And with the flip phone, especially during these times, oh my god, they sound so old. I guess they are old, but they're not that old. It's not like they're writing letters or anything, but like with the flip phone at that, and they were also young, so I guess people still get flip phones and have it. So it's not old, but with the flip phone, you can't. Why is my asthma bad? I need to go to the doctor. I have to go to the doctor about my asthma, about my wisdom teeth, about how I haven't been taking any of my meds, so I am forgetting a lot of things. But on a flip phone, you can't like download music like iTunes now. You can't just go and download it. You can't just open up Spotify and play music. You had to go to the settings, and from the settings you go to record, and from record you like press record, stop recording, and then if you want music you have to play it from a different device, whether it's like the family computer or whatever, and play that. And I think you can only play like 3 minutes of it, and play that length, and stop recording when you're ready to stop recording. And that's how you like make it your ringtone or like go and quote download music on a flip phone. So they will, my cousin Zach, he was downloading or like recording on his flip phone Nicki Minaj. And he's the one that figured it out for my brother, John. And he was downloading his music, and then John came out of nowhere and was like, oh my god, are you downloading music? Can you do it for me, please, too? And I think he made it his ringtone, I'm not sure. But he was obsessed with the song Bottoms Up. And I think till this day, he was obsessed with the Bottoms Up song because he hit puberty. And like, Nicki Minaj was known for having a fat ass. And he was like, oh, fat ass, I need this song. And it's about like bottoms up. So I just think, and now he's like a little party animal. So it just fits him perfect. Either way, that was the song that he had my cousin Zach play or download for him. And even like that same night, we were all in the car and they started playing Bottoms Up because John was obsessed with it. And I just remember John being, Bottoms Up, hey. And like the music video, John was just obsessed with it. And then I came obsessed with it. I also got obsessed with the song Birthday Sex and Whistle. And I was singing that, but my parents were like, no, don't sing that. And I was like, why? And I was like, birthday sex. And I was like, can you blow my whistle, babe? On the way to like soccer practice or games. And I thought it was like talking about like birthday gift or something and a literal whistle. Little did I know, it's not about either of those things. It's about like blowing other things and making love. So now I understand why like I wouldn't have let my kids at that age singing it. So I was obsessed with those songs too for some reason. But that's the first song I heard because of my cousin John and Zach. And that's how you download music on a flip phone. If you have a flip phone and you want to play music, there you go. I got you. My nail, my nail is like gushing blood. Not really gushing blood, but it won't stop bleeding because I have a hangnail that I just found because it's bleeding. But I'm also not gonna put any pressure on it because I feel like putting a pressure on it is like a little bit too much. So I'm just gonna let it bleed because it has to stop bleeding at one point. Like, I'm not gonna die from it right now, right? No, I won't. And so this story, I'm kind of afraid to tell because my asthma's kicking in. So I'm afraid to tell it because what if I lose breath and like pass out because I can't breathe to save the life of me? And I'm also afraid to tell this story because my parents listen to my podcast, and even though I'm 19 and graduated, I'm under the roof. So what they say and goes. And this is me talking about the first time I smoked weed. The first time I smoked weed was years ago, and I'm still scared to say it out loud because I just don't want to get in trouble. And even though it's like a one-time thing, it wasn't really a one-time thing, but that's like, I'm just afraid that I'm gonna get grounded or in trouble. So I'm gonna just post this when I'm not around them, so when they listen to it, I'm not near them for them to yell at. But the first time I smoked weed, I was in 8th grade. How was I in 8th grade? Like 21, basically? No, I was 15. 15, yeah, I was 15. And weed, nicotine, like wax pens and all that, street cards, not even real, like, we were probably smoking candle wax to save all, like, not even real dispo weed. It was just probably candle wax, probably like it's a street card. You can't tell it's a street card. Now I know that. But weed was like discovered to us, or we found out about weed for the first time. And arrows. Arrows were just gross. They got burned so easily. But there's this guy. I'm gonna call him Mike. Mike was kind of obsessed with me. Not to sound cocky or anything, but he was obsessed with me. Full on being cocky now. He was. He was a grade ahead of me. He always smoked weed. He was the kid that was kind of like stupid, but not stupid. He just wouldn't show. He didn't put in effort. There we go. He didn't put in effort in school. He always smoked weed and would just show up just to show up, just to say he went to school. But he had a thing for me, and I admit. And he asked me to smoke weed, like he wanted to smoke me out, and he asked me a few times too. And I was like, no, it's okay. I don't smoke weed, but I need an inhaler, so I don't smoke weed, obviously, because I'm breathing problems again. But I was like, no, it's okay, I don't smoke weed. And then one night, he was like, hey, my friend and I, we're going to call the friend Alex. Alex and I are going to go to the park by our school in the morning before class to smoke if you want to come join us. And the park at my school is, you step outside and you're at the park. Like, it's right there. It's basically connected to the school. I was like, no, it's fine. And I ended up getting dropped off early that day, like 40 minutes early. And you know what's funny about my first time I smoked weed? I didn't even get high. I just smoked weed. Like, no one, barely inhaled it, barely got any hits, and didn't feel a thing. I was fine. But I was like, okay, you know what, bye. I was like, hey, you guys still at the park? He said, yeah. I go and meet up with him and his friend. And it's not stranger danger. I've seen them before and all that. So it's not like I'm meeting up with a stranger at a random park because it's like right connected to the school. And he has a joint, but the joint, apparently he probably just discovered weed too. Compared to now, the stuff I've seen, it was like one single. I don't even know what the word is I'm trying to say, but it was barely like a full one to get three people high or one person high. But I'm grateful that he let me hit it. Like, that's nice. But it was barely like a full one to get three people high or one person high. But I'm grateful that he let me hit it. Like, that's nice. People would be stingy. I would have been stingy. And he lights it. We're going in a circle. I'm the second person in. And the first time I smoked it, I didn't even inhale it. I held it in my mouth, like, oh, you can't see, but I was holding my mouth like a bubble. And then I started coughing, and it was so embarrassing. And then I gave it to Alex, and then the circle went again. Then it was my turn again, and they were like, inhale it, hold it, and then exhale. So I did. I was like a recreative for you, but I forgot. Should I get a camera? If I started a YouTube channel, would you guys like watch? Whether it's like random videos, vlogs, or me recording my podcast, would you guys watch me? Because I want to buy a camera and I want to like start recording, but I'm not gonna do it if no one's gonna watch. Because one, it takes time. Two, it also takes money. So I only want to do it because would actually watch. But anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, smoking weed. And I did it. I inhaled, blew it out, and everyone just got probably like one and a half, like a half more hits, a full hit from the joint. And I walk back to school. But I walked back to school, like I said, it's so close. I just took one step, and I was inside the school. And I would carry around a big green water bottle from like the dollar store. It's my first water bottle I got. I thought it was so cool, and I would carry it around. You could see right through it. You could see my room temperature water right through it. Like no ice or anything, just a full bottle of room temperature water. And I went to school, and I went to go tell my friend who at the time, I was like, guys, guess what? I just smoked weed. And then we're gonna call this girl idiot, because she was an idiot. She was like, you smoked weed? Oh my god, what was it like? Oh my god, do you have any left? Oh my god, can I have some please? And this is why she's an idiot, because she was being serious when she asked me this question, and I couldn't help but be stupid back. She said, is it in your water bottle? And don't get me wrong, people have hid weed or anything like that in water bottles, an empty water bottle, not a bright green clear water bottle full of room temperature water. And I'm just like, first of all, you can see it if it was. Second of all, it would ruin a joint if I put it inside water that's in my water bottle. And I was like, yeah, it is. So I let her drink some, and then she was like, oh my god, it tastes like weed. I was like, you're like an idiot, because there's no weed in the water bottle. Like, why would I put it in a water bottle of all places? Anyways, I ended up beating her ass went a few years later because she's an idiot. And I just can't get over the fact that she asked me that. And the fact that I smoked weed, she asked me that, and I wasn't even high enough to be like calm and be like, oh my god, that was so funny. I had to be like, wow, you're an idiot for asking such a serious question. And after that, I smoked quite a few times after that and actually got high. But that's the first time I smoked weed. I should have like done it the first time I got high. But I was high. Oh my god, the first time I had a full loco was, the first time I drank was a full loco, and no one, it was like with the same friend group, with the idiot friend and then everyone else, because I loved everyone else. But in order for me to hang out with everyone else, I had to deal with idiots. So I dealt with the idiot, and that's so mean of me to say. I shouldn't call her idiot. I don't know what to say then, because when she asked us quite a few stupid questions. I'm not gonna call her idiot. That was wrong of me to say. Don't go out calling people idiots. It's not right. I'm gonna just call her a person. No, that's not gonna help. I'm gonna call her Apple. And we were all drinking at, I think it was her house. I think she had everyone over, and it was at her house. My other friend got the Four Locos, because that's the only alcohol they knew of. So that's the only alcohol I knew of too. And of course it was like a Full Loco. And I drank a whole bottle of a Full Loco, not knowing that even a few sips of a Full Loco will get you going. And I drank the whole thing. And I woke up the next day with a massive headache. And it took me like 2 days. Like I wasn't too drunk 2 days after. I just had to feel my body. I didn't stop feeling better until 2 days after, when my body was full of electrolytes. And I don't really remember the first time I drank alcohol, because like I said, it was a full loco. But it had to be a good night. I haven't had a full loco in a while. Maybe I need to get my hands on a full loco. Just kidding. I'm not an alcoholic. Last episode I talked about Fireball. I swear, I'm not gonna lie. I don't drink alcohol like that. Like, I could barely handle a shot. I won't go off drinking, and I don't smoke like that. I thought about it though, but I'm not going to. I have asthma. Now that I'm done with like the first time I smoked, the first time I drank, and all of that, I want to get started with my first tattoo because everyone gets really surprised when they see me with my tattoos. They say I'm too young or I got them too fast because I'm 19 and I have like half a sleeve. And I think that I got them at just the right age. Like I can do it how I want it, when I want it, whenever I want it. I mean, it's my body, my choice type thing. I like them, they have meaning. If you don't like them, I don't know what you want me to do about it. Like, you don't have to look at them. You can like make eye contact. I don't know. But my first tattoo, I got it at 17 and a half. I've always wanted tattoos, but I didn't feel the need to rush for a tattoo. I could have waited till I was like 18 to get a tattoo, 19, whatever. And I had a bunch of tattoos in mind. But my first tattoo is probably the most meaningful to me. It means the most to me in quite a few ways. But when I was 17, the deal in my house with my parents was if you wanted your first tattoo and them to pay for it at 17 and a half, you have to have it in a spot where no one can see it for jobs, respect, all of that. And it has to have meaning and they have to approve of the meaning type sort of thing. And I was going through around 2019, 2020, I had a really bad depression episode. I've had depression since I was little, or like I've dealt with mental health since I was younger. Me going through an episode is nothing new, but this episode, it was new because of how big it was. I never had an episode this big. I had a really bad concussion, and then in 2020, my cousin passed away due to his mental health issues. And he was the last person I thought would suffer from that. He had a great personality, the brightest smile. You could go watch him on YouTube. You could go stalk his Instagram right now. You would have never expected someone like him to suffer the way at the time, I honestly only thought. I didn't think people like him had a mindset like people like me. And by me, I mean like my mindset. So, one, it made me realize to always like, everyone has a story, everyone's going through something. So, it kind of made me be like, okay, yeah, this sucks, but I gotta do something about it. And I started slowly, I don't know, I didn't know how to handle grief and his death. So, my depression episode got really bad, rough, before it got any better. And I started realizing if I want to get out of this and live and honor my cousin, I need to start living up for him, like living to his name, if that makes sense at all. So I slowly started getting out of my depression episode. I don't know, is it depression? I don't know, you guys know what I mean. Same thing, literally same thing. But I slowly started finally leaving my room, slowly started eating again, slowly started talking, because I wouldn't even go on my phone. My room had to be pitch black with not even the smallest light would make me mad. I wouldn't talk to my family, would barely leave my room to eat, that sort of thing. So I started working out, but I ended up working out excessively. That got me to look at my body differently and like that I had to be in a certain way. I started to just be more outside with my family, talking, eating, all of that. So I slowly started getting better. And like I said like a few moments ago, I had a hard time handling grief. I don't know how to handle it. I still struggle with it, with anything. I have a hard time with grief. And grief doesn't have to be with someone passing. It could be like you giving something away. It could be with you throwing something away. It can be you deleting something. It could be anything. I struggle with that. And with his death, I didn't know how to honor him, and I wanted to honor him, and I was like, well, what now? So someone told me a story about the connection he had. He had a big connection with butterflies. And just for the privacy and all, I'm not going to really share his story with butterflies or get into depth about it, but I will say that it was like a sign that everything was going to be okay. There we go. Yeah, I'll say that. Butterflies to him meant that everything was going to be okay. It was a sign. And so with my body, with the working out, I was really insecure that my body wasn't going to be as skinny as a lot of people, or I didn't want to be a certain body type. So on my side of my ribs, where it was hidden, I got a meaningful tattoo with butterflies going down up my ribs with the day he was born and the date he passed in honor of him. And it also helps me look at the butterflies and be like, it's going to be okay with my body and my excessive working out. And I honestly do think that tattoos or getting that tattoo and finally doing something I want for me that I feel comfortable with helped me a lot more than it seems like a small tattoo or like ink can do. But it helped me slowly get out of the mindset that my body needs to be a certain way, that I can't honor him because I'm sad myself. I can't do anything. Like, it helped me realize, no, I can honor him. My body's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through this step by step. So whenever I look at my ribs, I'm like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be a good day. Sometimes I look at my ribs and I'm like, wow. I got a text saying, welcome to Mexico from my Verizon account, but I've never been to Mexico. I'm currently not in Mexico. I'm actually back home for my trip. And you know what's also crazy? When I was in San Diego, and before I get into the story, I love animals. I want to save them all of that. But when a stranger's coming to me, when I don't know them and I don't live in this state, being like, yo, if you give me money, I'll show you what I'm going to do with that money and save everything here I could. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to give you my card info. And because he just stopped me at the pier when I was walking. He was like, hey, give me money. Like, give me your card info. And he said it like in a weird way. I was like, that's sus. But I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to save all these animals. I was like, I don't have a card, but I still want you to save. I was like, okay, catch you later. He's like, oh, I was like, I'm not from here. Maybe back home I'll do more research about it and do my own thing. He was like, oh, okay. And I was like, okay, catch you later. And he was like, wait, I love your tattoos. Did you get it back home in Mexico? And I was like, Mexico? That's the first time I got Mexico. Usually I get New York or like England type stuff. I never got Mexico. And now that I got it, I wonder if it has, no, there's no way it has a connection. Like, I didn't get him any info. And now I got a message saying, welcome to Mexico. Oh my God. Is someone taking my identity in Mexico? Why is it saying welcome to Mexico? Is it a scam? I don't know if it's a scam. I'm gonna text my mom about it. But also in San Diego, I saw someone wearing wheelies. Wheelies. I think it's wheelies. And I want a pair so bad. On my first job, oh hey, there we go. It goes with the topic. My first job, I worked at Kids Journeys at the mall. And they sold wheelies for kids. And I fit kid sizes because, I'm 5 foot. So obviously I'm going to fit kid sizes. My foot isn't like 10 feet or 10 inches. But if someone lost the pet dinosaur or pet lizard, it's actually at my house. Because my mom found the biggest lizard, like a pet lizard. Like, I looked it up. These kids, like, it's a pet. Like, you could go to the store and buy it. A pet lizard in my house, wired on the loose. And I think my brother's cat brought it in, but our dog started barking at it, and I saw a picture of it. And of course I went to go show you guys, and I don't have a camera to show you guys, but it was the biggest lizard. It was so scary. So if you guys got a pet on the loose, it's obviously at my house, because I don't know how it got in. I don't have no reptiles or pets. I'm afraid of reptiles. This lizard was huge. It looked like a dinosaur from Jurassic World, from the new movie. God, it was so big. Bottoms up, pocket full of green. Girl, you know I love it when you shake it in this jeans. Bottoms up, throw your hands up. It's still a good song. I'm gonna listen to it, because now it's stuck in my head like the way it was when I first heard the song. Honestly, all those songs hit. I don't care. Like, now it's like, a lot of people are like, ooh, why do you listen to this? I'm like, because it's good. It's good music. But be serious. Would you guys let me know if I got a camera? Would you guys watch me on YouTube? I don't know how you guys can let me know. I don't know, like, comment it on something, or like send me a direct message on Instagram. Because I think I'm gonna buy a camera, but I'm not gonna drop a dime on a camera if no one's gonna watch me, and if I'm not gonna like actually do it. But that's all I got for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it was a grand time. I'm so sorry it was so late, but I think I'm gonna stop posting on Mondays. So this first Monday, and the next Monday I'll stop posting. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you for listening. And I hope you guys have a great time. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Bye, guys.